I started getting a lot of positive thoughts about Swami, and then I'm very selfish person. Uh, when my marriage was getting closer, I used to like ask, "Okay, you're God," and I started talking to Swami. I had seen his picture, so I started, okay, you are God, okay, then do this. So I used to do that, two, three small, petty, small things I had asked, which came true, and I used to get like surprised, and yet I'm not there.
Sairam, dear listeners, welcome to Sai SOUL 100. Our guest today is Sister Radhika Vernekar, who's joining us from Belmore, New Jersey. Sairam, Sister Radhika, welcome to Sai SOUL 100.
Sairam, Sister Pirva. Thank
Welcome. Please
you.
share your story.
Okay. Let me start with what is God for me in my life, how God was introduced, and then how I started believing Swami. Um, so let me start with for me, God was like uh, my grandmother had set certain rules in our house for all our cousins. Like as soon as we get up, we have to pray to God. Before we get up from the bed, we have to pray to God, and then we fold our beds and everything. And these rules became a habit for us in our life, and that's how we cultivated. And we have even now in all these years, I still do it before I get up from the bed, and this is how it was. And eventually, as I grew, I became a very ardent devotee of Ganapati. For me, Ganapati was everything. My parents, my friends, everything. He was the first for me always, and I'm always being lucky. Every time I ask any questions, I used to get answers from God. I have different ways. There is a temple in. I'm from Mangalore, from Karnataka. There's a temple, Sharav Mahaganapati temple, where I used to go every Tuesday without fail. No matter it is raining or it is summer or whatever it is, without fail I'll go. And right in front of the idol, I used to sit. I used to get a lot of peace of mind, and uh, I have so many experiences like that. I used to ask God anything, like what I have to. I used to get answers and come from there, and silently when I'm closing my eyes in front of God, there are days like I have felt very light, very light. There was no weight on my body. Such kind of feelings. Further, I grew up, grew up the same way, and the same connection with God I had always. And my marriage gets fixed, and I come to know that my husband's family, they are very very ardent devotees of Sathya Sai Baba. And my parents' house, we are not believers of Sathya Sai Baba. We used to call curly hair Baba, so that's how we used to call. And my father, very beautifully, I think it's just like 2 months, 3 months before my wedding, he explained me that if you cannot take him as God, just see the positive side. Like, why do you think thousands of lakhs of people just come from different parts of the world just to have his darshan? There are so many hospitals and so many service activities going on in his name, you know free of cost. The patients don't have to spend. They're getting a lot of treatments. Just think about it. Why is it happening and how it is happening? If he's not a god, or my father put some more questions to me, so that I started thinking, why is it? This was the first step for me, where my thought changed about Swami. I started getting a lot of positive thoughts about Swami. When my marriage was getting closer, I used to like ask, okay, you're God? And I started talking to Swami. I had seen his picture. So I started, okay, you are God, okay, then do this, which came true. And I used to get like surprised. And yet I'm not there to that point where I can say I was devotee. And before marriage, my father-in-law had a because they used to go every time to Putparthi, even for the smallest things, like if they have to buy a car, for anything, they will go ask, sit in front of Swami, and only after Swami's permission, they do that. Uh, for my marriage also, like there are so many horoscopes come for my husband. Every time, whichever best match is there, like 4 or 5 horoscopes, my father-in-law will go to Putparthi, sit in the darshan, and uh, ask Swami for blessings. Many a time Swami didn't bless, and when he had taken 2 horoscopes, Swami blessed the the horoscopes, and one was mine and the other girls. So I was chosen for my husband. I can say by my father-in-law and by Swami. So Swami has selected me for him. Um, and my father-in-law's desire was that before wedding, uh, he wanted me to have blessings from Swami, and also the marriage invitation card and the marriage sari. So he had told, you get those and come to Putparthi. So my parents were very busy with the marriage preparations. So I had been with my brother to Putparthi for the first time. I really didn't know anything, like men and women, they sit separately, nothing. I like, uh, no, I'm a complete outsider. So the first time I go there, my father-in-law, before we go to the darshan from the room, there is a person called Kuraja. We call him Aja, that is a grandfather, a kind of thing. And his brother's wife takes care of him. So my father-in-law took me to their house and introduced me to the lady there. So I called her auntie. So she used to take me for the darshans and get me out. I am the very, very, very luckiest soul, I can say, because first time I go for darshan, and I get to sit in the fifth or sixth row because I'm going with this auntie. She always she has the special seat there, so she always sits in the fifth or sixth row every time. So I go with her and I sit there. So it's my first time. I'm having my wedding sari and my Mangal Sutra and the wedding card. So I'm sitting there and the bhajans are going on. Um, I'm not so much into, that I was chit chatting with everybody there. I was asking a lady, like, from where are you? She, Nepal, no, Sri Lanka, I think she had told. I'm from Sri Lanka, she said. Like, it was a very interesting thing for me. Why these are all the ways Swami is giving me messages, these are all the ways uh, I'm slowly coming to his fold. The girl started telling me, I'm coming for the first time here. uh, her in her friend circle, in her parents, her relatives, nobody knows Swami. And she used to get Swami's dreams, it seems, every time. And she was always like, who is this person? And then one fine day, she saw Swami's photo in somebody's house. And then she asked who he was. And that is how from there she came to Putparthi for his darshan. And she had sit there. For me, it was like, oh my God, I'm in India only. I'm in Karnataka itself, very close, and I have never been there. That, these things like were get making so many changes in me. I was like so fascinated, and I was like, "Aiyo deva," these things were, and then bhajans were going on, and we were sitting and following bhajans and things like that, and then the bhajans were entirely not over when Swami came from right side. He was in the wheelchair. He was old, and he came from the right side, this side, and I was in the fifth or sixth row. And because I was a bride, would-be bride, all the aunties and everybody there, they told her, go front, go, 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 front, go, go, go. They said, they pushed me, and I somehow like managed to come to the third row. And then I'm seeing Swami for the first time, and holding. For me, I was told I have to have nice blessings from my father. That's how I am here, right? That is how it is. So I want nice blessings from Swami for me and for my wedding thing. So Swami comes this way in wheelchair, and then he's almost in front of me, and I managed to come to the second row. I'm pushing everybody by now, or by myself, and I'm like coming front. And right, Swami is here. He went a little bit front, and then he comes back. I don't know what has happened to me. I don't have any energy, nothing. I'm in completely tears. I'm completely in tears. I'm like my dress is wet. I'm very happy, and right? That power. It's so close. Um, and I told, right, I'm the luckiest soul. First time I'm going there, and then Swami, gave a very beautiful blessings. He was looking into my eyes. I was looking into his eyes. I captured that. I till now it is in me. When I close my eyes, like when I'm praying, I see Swami's photo. When I close my eyes, it is that eye contact. I get uh, till date. Till date, it is from that day to this day. So he lifted his hand, and he blessed me. He actually blessed me. He looked into my eyes, and he blessed, my sari, me. And I cannot express that. You need to experience that feeling. How much ever I say, you will not get that thing, what I'm saying. I'll not be able to 100% express it completely. So this was my first experience, and I didn't know what had happened to me. And I was all silent, no talking, nothing, no distractions. After that, you can make out, like, I completely soaked that moment, into me. And yeah, and Swami went further, and then bhajans happened, then Aarti happened, and I was all the time completely silent into Swami. And then I come out. One thing I have to share here, every time I used to go to darshan with that auntie, she used to sit with me, she used to talk to me. We'll attend bhajan and aarti and everything. And then after Swami leaves the room, she's not there. Every time. Why am I telling this? This is for all the devotees who are listening to me. After we are there in that, we are gaining all the positivity from that environment, from the bhajans, from Swami's darshan and everything. We should not talk, it seems. The moment we talk, we are losing that little. So she's collecting everything, and she comes directly to her house without talking to anybody, without seeing anybody. And she obviously, like, she's taking me back. We will talk, and we will tell our experience. I'm so eager. What happened to me, I will be telling. That thing happens. So without even noticing, she just leaves. That is one thing I learned that day, actually. We are not supposed to talk, and or this thing. I got this beautiful experience, but I had not, Swami was not there as Ganpati for me still. That thing was this thing. I got married. They used to have bhajans every time. I used to find a lot of peace during the bhajans. That is when in my life I started singing bhajans. I never used to sing bhajans previously in my life. It was a pure bliss. Certain bhajans uh, would take me to some other world only. Bhajans were one of the most important thing for me to get connected to Swami, I can say. Mm, very, very important things. Even now, there are certain bhajans, I just get tears. There are even in the center, I sometimes when I sit very front, and when I'm singing, I don't know if I say this, what people will be thinking. I feel Swami is like, come and here, in front of everybody, and I am crying and crying and crying. It is embarrassing for me. So, like, I try to control, and then I open my eyes and sit. Because if I close my eyes, I get that experience. I am lucky enough to have that actually. There are many people who don't come to, experience that very often. I get that experience very often. Not for my bhajan. There is a cute little Saisha in our center. One day when she was, kids are the most innocent forms. They are gods only. One day when she was singing bhajan also like that only, I was completely into tears. I was experiencing God like that. There was one fine day, one beautiful experience where Swami told me actually, see, I am only your Ganpati, you are a fool, like that kind of thing. Because I was not still there. Like I used to really pray to Ganpati itself. Uh, it was after the wedding, my husband and me, we had gone for the visa work. My husband was in UK. So after marriage, we were supposed to go to UK, and because of my mehendi on my hand, the visa work, the fingerprint thing, I don't know. They said it's not possible, and they sent us back. So we came back. So went all alone to UK at that time. We had taken another appointment, so we had to go to Bangalore from Hubli. uh, Me, my father-in-law, and my brother. We three had gone for that this thing. So we went to the office, and all the formalities we did. They said to finish the work, they need one form, mm, which has to be sent by my husband. That one form was missing. Now, uh, what we came, they told by afternoon this much time, this you have to give it. So we came out, and we thought we'll go to a cyber, and we'll email my husband, and he can send it to us there, those cyber offices, and then we can get it and give it. We come out of the thing, and the next area there, we enter. There will be so many cyber shops, right? We go to one of the cyber shop. It is closed. We were like, what is happening? Another one, we go search and go, it's closed. That day, some problem was happening in that area. Some riots or some things had happened, and people were closing shops. It seems the previous day there was some fight and things happening there. And we are going to the third cyber shop. We are searching. We go closed. Fourth closed. Now we started getting tensed because we have to finish the work and give the form there. We all three were like roaming on the road, street here and there, searching for the cyber. And I'm going front, and I'm like talking to my Ganpati. Every time, like, it's like that only when I'm very angry. It was a building. I cannot forget that. It was a building there. Steps are there. When I was climbing the steps, it was so much that I was literally like, I was literally talking to my Ganpati, Sharu Mahaganpati temple, where I go every time. Deva, now if you don't do this, no, I'm not going to pray you tomorrow. Like that, I was like so much angry. In front, the first room, Swami's big photo, full wall size photo. I was in tears actually. I was like literally in tears. And then Swami is here. I don't know. I take that as a connection for me every time. So you wanted to tell, see, I am your Ganpati. You always used to think that way, right? I am your Ganpati. So he wanted to tell me. That day it was like for me, Swami and Ganpati are the same. I had completely taken. I'm like, oh, yo, Deva. Okay, now here my work will happen. I just passed that room. There was nobody in the room there. Only photo was there. You won't believe. And I turn from there. The third shop, the cyber shop, it is open. And we email, and Sanjeev sends us in. And then we collect the form, and then We were done. That was the main point of my life. So, now I call Swami, now I call Ganpati. It is like, it's the same. Um, that was the biggest thing. I've always been, I don't know, I I feel lucky every time. Small small things I will be like asking to Swami, and it just like Swami is like okay, he will just say okay, like uh, once I'd been to my brother's wedding, and that time like my husband was like do computer course. That's good. I was always from a medical background, medical field, never into computers. So just because he said I was doing the computer course in India, I was doing the course. Somewhere I was feeling this was not for me. I think I'm doing some mistake by doing this. It was a Thursday, and we had gone for bhajans, Sathya Sai center, the mandir there. Uh, we all three, me, my father-in-law, and my brother, sorry, my son, we three went for the bhajans, and then uh, we enter. As soon as we enter, one of the aunties there, she asked, will you sing bhajan? I said okay auntie. So come, she said. So she made me sit in the first row where I am sitting. No, front there is a Swami's photo, big photo is there. So all throughout that 1 hour, I was looking at that photo only, and praying, singing. I do all silly silly things in my life, actually ask for very silly silly things every time. It is like that. And there when I was sitting, bhajan started. And then that day I had sung Govinda Bolo Gopala Bolo Sarvadharma Bhajan. And when before my turn, I was telling Swami, uh, I usually like this only. I will directly ask questions or order, you know. That day I asked, Deva, I'm feeling that I am doing wrong when, this with this computer. I'm feeling like I should leave because I'm feeling I'm not good in this. So before I go from here, no, answer, tell me, I'm I should do continue or I should not continue. And you know what? I expect the mala which is put on Swami should fall. So like how he will tell otherwise? I have to get some answer, right? And how much I am I don't know, overconfident that during my bhajan I expect Swami to answer. I am literally asking, and I finish my bhajan, and then there is no answer yet. And I am so this thing that even anywhere else I'm not seeing. Here means here only I'm seeing all the time. Right in front of me there was Swami's photo, there only I'm seeing continuously all the time, and praying. And my bhajan is over, everybody's bhajans are over. And then they played Swami's bhajan. Swami is singing, huh? And I still didn't get answer, no. And I am closing my eyes and I am in my own world. And from the main photo, there in the center where Aarti is done, no? So such heavy garland it is, okay? From so many days it is there. The garland falls. Can you believe? I got literally prasad that day. I literally got prasad. And I don't know prasad happened. I am just looking at my photo and then close my eyes and I was like praying to God. I didn't get answer. I'm not going from here without the answer. I am only doing that thing during Swami's singing. And I'm hearing lot of noise and things, and I open my eyes, and that auntie is telling, oh, you so beautiful prasad, such nice prasad, oh God, Deva, they're saying. And you know what, I am seeing here, prasad didn't happen. Because I want here, no. And she's like, everybody is like, good, 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 they're doing, and I'm like here. And then she's telling there. And then I'm like, oh, you Deva, I asked here, you gave there. That is much bigger, this thing, right, for me. I am like, I don't know the entire hall who has prayed what, but I prayed for this. And I asked for this, and he literally told, continue. And I was in tears. I was crying. Every time I ask him, he will like immediately, huh, okay, like that he will do. He will answer me. And yeah, that was one this thing. And later, after Aarti and everything is over, they were giving from that mala, everybody they gave the flower to each and every person. We all had that, and we came back. And one of the old devotees, he came up to me. Are you the one child who sang Sarvadharma Bhajan? He came and asked me. I said, yes, uncle. Then he was telling, I felt I was sitting in Prashanti Nilayam today. I felt God was in front of me, he said. Then I was like, you know, that is another this thing. Because now I was sometime back, I was telling about, Saisha was singing and I was feeling God. That kind of experience he had that the previous time, so that day I was so happy. I think if I could have asked anything. So yeah, I get answers like this every time. It is like that only. That's
These
what.
are such beautiful, beautiful stories that you have shared. Um, Starting with Swami choosing you to come into you, of course, your husband, especially your father-in-law's family, and the joy that you have given your father-in-law, just him watching how Swami has blessed you, right? Especially when you went to see him with the Mangal Sutra and your sari. And then actually the beautiful message that that auntie who took you there, leaving as soon as darshan was over, taking that energy. That's a really powerful message that you received such a early stage of your interaction in being in Swami's fold. And then in order for you to get the visa to go join your husband, right? And you was in search. And I love the way how you almost demand a
I was
Ganesha
like,
who Swami has proven to you that he is the same, right? Because you needed that conviction. You needed you needed Swami to come and tell you, to demonstrate to you that he is actually the Ganesha himself, right? And so you got the visa, but if you didn't have the dilemma of getting that visa, you would not have gotten the opportunity to recognize Swami and Ganesha are one.
yeah.
Sairam, dear listeners, thank you for listening to Sai Soul 100 with Sister Radhika Vernekar. I am Prabha Swaminathan. Until next time, Jai Sairam.